Hi again, everybody. It's me, Moody Boo, and I'm back with another list. This one is on the note of sandalwood. And so I have just ranked some of the perfumes I have in my collection that either are supposed to be sandalwood dominant or I find them sandalwood dominant. Um, I just love the note if it's done correctly. All right, first up, or last up, I should say. Serge Luton, Santol Majescule. Now, I have tried for years to like this one. If you look at the notes, it's pretty simple: sandalwood, cocoa, and damask rose. And I would have loved if this was sandalwood heavy or dominant. Or I would have loved if it was cocoa or cacao heavy. But no, it's damask rose heavy. Rose is not my favorite note, especially in this perfume. So I find this to be a very sweet and sour, itchy metallic rose. And performance on this is pretty good. So I don't know why I still have this bottle. I will never wear this perfume, I'm sure of it. All right, moving on. Eccentric Molecules, Molecule 04. This just has one note, and that's Javanol, and that's supposed to smell like sandalwood, and it does. It's a very nice, light, kind of a generic sandalwood. There is a bit of tartness to the sandalwood, but it's really nice. It's very light, so performance isn't great on it. So anyway, all right, that's my number 8. Next up, Atelier Cologne Santal Carmen. Now, I have had this for quite a few years, and it was one of the first perfumes that really got me into sandalwood. I wasn't too into it until after another perfume on this list I got, and then this one. And that's when I realized I truly adore the note. The notes in this are lime, bergamot, saffron, sandalwood, gaiac wood, white musk, papyrus, Texas cedar, and Madagascar vanilla. And this is a very subtle, gentle, sweet sandalwood. When you first spray it, you definitely get a lot of the citrus. This is a sandalwood I love wearing in the springtime and summer. It's totally appropriate. Even in the deep dry down with the papyrus, the cedar, and the vanilla, those never overpower. And that's actually part of my complaint because I love those notes. So I would like the vanilla actually to be even a little less, or it could stay the same, just amp up the papyrus, the cedar, and of the gaiac, and of course the sandalwood, because this is very subtle, woody, sweet woody, almost slightly floral, kind of a sandalwood. It's very pretty, a really nice perfume, but the sandalwood is just too subtle in this. And performance on this, it's pretty light. So, all right, next up, Frederic Malle, Dries Van Noten. Now this one, I almost get a gourmand woody perfume with this one. It's almost edible. Let's see, the notes are sandalwood, gaiac wood, tonka bean, vanilla, saffron, jasmine, musk, bergamot, lemon, nutmeg, cloves, patchouli, woody notes, and Peru balsam. And really, this would be way higher on my sandalwood list. Doesn't mean that I don't love this perfume. I absolutely adore it. I wear it year round. Now, it's truly almost a chewy, edible kind of a woody perfume. With the tonka bean and the vanilla and some of those spices, I can see why some people have said this is kind of a Christmas perfume, but I don't necessarily get that. It's still wood heavy. It's not, in my opinion, gourmand notes heavy. It's really close, but it doesn't quite jump off the cliff into the gourmand territory. It still stays in the forest. Performance on this is good. It's not outstanding. So there you go. Next up, All right, now we're down to my top 5. And number 5, I ran out of, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. And I've got to purchase more, and that's Le Labo's Santol 33. What a gorgeous perfume. I love this one. It's one of my favorites from Le Labo. I always forget about it, though, because I have it in decants. So I'm going to have to pick me up a full bottle this next time. Santol 33 is sandalwood, Virginia cedar, cardamom, violet, papyrus, leather, amber, and iris. There seems to be a theme with the perfumes that I love the most is that papyrus note. And you do get it in the Santol 33, but honestly, I do get the sandalwood mostly, with the cedar coming in a close second. I don't get a lot of leather in it. The iris, I think, just makes it kind of powdery. And when it dries down, you do get some amber in there. But it really is all, for me, all about the sandalwood and the Virginia cedar and drying down to some papyrus mixed in there as well. Beautiful stuff. And Santol 33 on me is a great performer. All right, next up, Tam Dao by Diptych. Now, this one is no surprise. This is always on somebody's sandalwood list, but it would be higher on mine. This is number 4 because of the performance. The performance is not that great on it for me, but it's a beautiful sandalwood. This one is rose, myrtle, Italian cypress, sandalwood, cedar, spices, amber, white musk, and Brazilian rosewood. And with this one, for me, the cypress, the myrtle, the sandalwood, and the cedar with the spices mixed in there are all kind of prominent. I do get the sandalwood, though. I can pick it out, but it is well blended. It's almost a light, spicy kind of a sandalwood, just slightly spicy. I think this is, again, another sandalwood that's great for beginners just really getting into the note of sandalwood. I think that they would enjoy because it's pretty reasonably priced as well. So that's Tam Dao by Diptych. Next up, Santalum Slivers by Kerosene. This one is vetiver, musk, sandalwood, bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, orange, rose, pepper, hay, cucumber, and cedar. Oh, this is in my number 3 spot for a reason. This is a bright, citrusy, beautiful vetiver kind of a sandalwood. It's perfect for springtime. This is one of my favorite perfumes to wear at springtime now. Last springtime I wore the heck out of it, and I will again this spring as well. This one performs super well, as in I think all of Kerosene's perfumes perform super well. And this is no exception. So this is just a hint of sweetness from the citruses. Bright kind of a sandalwood. Beautiful perfume. Gorgeous stuff. All right, next up. Santol Nabbit by Mona Diorio. Now I have 2 or 3 of these travel sprays, and this is so gorgeous. This is my latest sandalwood perfume. This one is black pepper, black currant leaf, apricot, Nerium oleander, opopanax, Australian sandalwood, and coffee. And you get all of that, but it's blended so well that it's just a soft, slightly peppery, slightly just hint of fruity kind of a sandalwood. And you do get a bit of the coffee in the dry down, but it just adds this earthy nuttiness to the sandalwood. You don't lose the sandalwood as the dominant note throughout the whole thing, which is something I truly appreciate. Now, this one would be number 1, but it's really light. It performs much better on my skin as far as projection goes than it does on my clothes, but it doesn't last long. I might have to go a little heavier on the spraying with this one to see if it does any better, but I don't find that the more you spray that it necessarily lasts longer. It just may project more. So, all right, up for our number one, New York Sandalwood by Bond Number 9. I have tried to dethrone this as my favorite sandalwood for years, and I can't do it. I've tried to do it. I can't do it. You can't make me do it. This is sandalwood and orris and carrot, cardamom, fig, amber, papyrus, oak moss, and musk. I don't get oak moss or musk, but I definitely get the papyrus. It adds this beautiful earthiness to the sandalwood, and the carrot, the cardamom, and the orris, they just kind of help elevate that sandalwood somehow. It is just this beautiful, earthy, um, deep, almost for me a sensuous kind of a sandalwood. Why, I don't know. But I tell you, this sandalwood trips my trigger. It floats my dinghy. It blows up my dress. What the hell was that? I don't even know what that was. But my point is, this is my favorite, and performance is great. It's a Bond Number 9. So 1 to 2 sprays are all I do. I will wear this year round. I don't care that it's kind of a heavier perfume for warmer months. I wear it at night. It's beautiful. I love it. This is one of those perfumes that will be in my collection forever. So it's one of my favorite Bond Number 9s as well. Love it. New York Sandalwood by Bond Number 9. My absolute favorite sandalwood in my collection. All right, everybody. I hope you have a terrific day. Peace.